Welcome from Mason Libraries. This video will explain the information cycle and how understanding it can help you conduct research. Should you search books, journals, or websites? Knowing where to look for information on a topic is a lot easier if you have some idea of how information is produced. Understanding the information cycle will help you to better know what information is available on your topic and better evaluate information sources. Here is an overview of the information cycle. Information at the beginning of the cycle, the internet, is aimed at an audience wanting quick, up-to-date facts and very current information. Depending on the newsworthiness of the information, the content may also be shared in newspapers and TV. If the information appeals to a general audience, it may be published in magazines. Finally, the information enters the scholarly publishing realm in the form of journal articles written by scholars and researchers. The content in journals is a product of primary research and will include an analysis and review of the available literature. Content may finally be published in books, which may take years to be published and so are not good sources of up-to-date information. The strength of books as a resource lies in their authorship. They are usually written by scholars and experts in the field. Books can provide a great overview of a subject or report in-depth research. Books offer a great introduction to a subject and include a list of the sources the author has used to research their book, called a reference list. The reference list allows you to review the original sources of information used in the book, which can be used in your own assignment and help you to strengthen your own research and arguments. As the information progresses around the cycle, it becomes more detailed but also more out of date. When deciding on the quality of the information, you will need to consider both the reliability and the currency of the materials. Let's look at each of these aspects of the information cycle. When an event first occurs, it is often picked up by social media and the internet. Same-day coverage can be useful for quick information and current events and will often be shared as breaking news, but it is not as reliable as other forms of content because anyone can post to the internet, and the content doesn't usually go through any kind of fact-checking or review process. The internet can be useful, but you must have confidence in the sources you choose. For example, news sites, education sites, and government websites are more authoritative as content on those sites goes through some kind of review before being posted, but they are not where breaking news is shared. Day after sources include more polished newspaper articles and more TV and radio coverage that has more accurate information because writers have had an opportunity to fact check and gather more information. However, they will still be very tentative and not usually have much substance. The authors will not provide a reference list, so you can't tell the source of the information shared. Sources that cover the event or idea in the weeks after, like TV news broadcasts, magazine articles, and detailed newspaper coverage, will be more thorough than the initial reports and will correct wrong information. They will often be shared as developing stories and will now include statistics and experts' opinions, but will still not provide a reference list. Months after, the event will be covered in scholarly journals and include a review of the available literature, as well as the results of primary research from methodical investigation that includes analysis. The quality of this content will be very high as there is usually an editorial review or peer review process that the content must undergo before publication, and references must be shared. Because of the rigor of the process, journal articles take time to get published, and though usually still current enough for research needs, they are much more dated than the internet sources. Finally, years after, books and documentaries about the topic will be produced. These sources are not good sources of up-to-date information, but are usually a good overview of an event or topic and benefit from expert authorship, expert review, longitudinal data, and research that has been verified by other researchers. Both books and documentaries offer very high-quality content. Books offer a great introduction to a new subject and include a list of sources that the author has consulted, called a reference list. The reference list allows you to review the original sources of information used in the book, which can be used in your own assignments to strengthen your research and arguments. Documentaries can be useful for sharing research in a compelling way that tells a story and attempts to not only inform but entertain. However, the research is based on documented evidence. Understanding where your topic falls in the information cycle timeline will help you decide which sources will be most appropriate and help you balance authority and currency while successfully finding the research you need. If you need further assistance or have questions, go to Ask a Librarian at library.gmu.edu/ask.